In this video, I'm going to talk about installing npm packages locally. There are two ways to install npm packages. You can install them locally or globally. You choose which method to use based on how you actually want to use this package. If you want to depend on it from your own module using something like Node.js, then you'll want to install it locally. On the other hand, if the package that you're downloading from npm is going to be used as a command line tool, something like the grunt CLI, then you're going to want to install that globally. And we have another video that shows you how to do that. So to start this off, I'm going to create a directory for the app that I'm going to be creating. This is the app that is going to depend on modules from npm. In my app, I'm going to use an npm package called Lodash. So to download this and start using it, all I need to do is type npm install Lodash. When I ran this, npm created a node modules directory because I didn't already have one here, and it downloaded the Lodash package to this directory. Now that I have Lodash in my node modules directory, I can use it from my application. So in order to use Lodash from my application, I just use node's require function. So require Lodash. And then I can make use of any of the functionality that Lodash has exposed for other people to use. To demonstrate that this is working, I'm just going to use the without function and console log the output. And now I'm just going to run my code so that you can see that Lodash is being imported and that my call to without is working. Another way to manage npm packages locally is to create a package.json file, and I'll show you how to create that in a minute. If you have a package.json file in your directory and you type npm install, then npm will look at the dependencies that are listed in that file and download all of those. And this is nice because it makes your build reproducible, which means that you can share it with other developers, or you can push it up to a build server, and when somebody types npm install, they'll get all the same packages that you have. So let's create a package.json file for our app. In your package.json file, there are two required fields, name and version. In this case, the values of those don't matter too much because we're just building an application that we're not planning on packaging up and pushing up to the npm registry. But we need to have those fields there. Now that we have a package.json file for our application, we can tell npm when we want to add a dependency that we're installing to that list of dependencies. And we do this using the --save flag. So now if you look at your package.json file, you'll see that there's a dependencies key, and inside there's the Lodash package listed along with a version number. By default, when you use the save flag, the version number is preceded by the caret or the hat symbol. I'll talk more about this in a future screencast about semantic versioning, but for now, just note that this will pull down the latest stable release that's not breaking. It doesn't have breaking changes, so that means the latest in this major version. You can also add dependencies to your package.json file manually. I'm going to add a dependency on the tap module, and I'm going to use the asterisk to indicate that I want the latest version of this module, not just stable releases, but also betas and devs. Now when we run npm install for our app, it's going to look to see if it has all of the dependencies that it needs from the package.json file. And since it doesn't have tap yet, it's going to download that. So that's how you install npm packages locally. If you want to learn more about how to install packages globally or uninstalling packages, check out the npm channel. There are more videos there.